Hello everybody, my name is Mr Veale and I'm the head teacher of Atwood Primary Academy, which is situated in Sanderstead in South Croydon. And it's lovely to see you all, and I'm hoping that at home you're keeping well and that you're enjoying your wonderful half-term break. We've been very busy here in school, and I wanted just really to think about your return, hopefully, if you're in one of those selected year groups or you're a key worker child. And I just wanted to run through what it's going to be like from the 1st of June. So I know some of you will be coming into school on Monday and Tuesday, and then some of you will be coming in on Thursday and Friday, and then for some of you, if you're a key worker child, you'll be in all week. So just wanted to give you a little bit more information to make sure that you're nice and settled in, you know what's going to be happening. And stick around, because a little bit later I'm going to have done a special film showing you what the classrooms are going to look like and what the corridors are going to look like and so on. So you'll have, actually, if you watch to the end of the video, you'll get a sneak peek about how we've set up Atwood for your return. But the next bit is really for mums and dads. So mums and dads, I want to give you some information just to make sure that you know what's happening, hopefully to keep everybody safe. And without further ado, here we go. So the first thing I want to talk about is preventing the spread of COVID-19. So important information here. So here we go. Your child and you, as a parent and carer, must stay at home and arrange for a test if you've had any of those following symptoms. So they are a new continuous cough, a high temperature, or a loss of or a change in your normal taste or smell. And if your child or parent carer have the symptoms of COVID-19, however mild, or if you have received a positive COVID-19 test result, the clear medical advice is that you are to immediately self-isolate and stay at home for at least 7 days from when the symptoms started. So all other household members who remain well must stay at home and not leave their house, or leave your house, for 14 days. And the 14-day period starts from the day when the first person in the household became ill. You must inform Atwood as soon as possible if your child or yourself or a member of the household becomes unwell by displaying the symptoms that I've just previously mentioned. And you must get tested as soon as possible. And in the letter and the information that you would have received by now, there's a link to support you in doing this. Now, I want to talk to you about what happens if we have a suspected case in school and how we would deal with that if that comes up. So if we've got a suspected case that's been reported to us, the school will contact all the members of the bubble which the case is linked to, and we will ask those children to remain at home until the suspected case can either be confirmed or otherwise. And how that's done is by having an official test. Current guidance states siblings of bubble members can actually remain at school at this point. Under the current guidance, bubble members are not expected to self-isolate at this point, but you're asked at home to take extra precautions to avoid the potential spread. As part of our risk assessment, we will always await for results of tests before enabling anyone in that bubble to return. This does not apply to siblings of children in the potentially infected bubble, unless of course they're twins. The school will contact Public Health England for further advice and actions which could involve a wider closure. So really, it's so complicated, and this is one of the most important things that myself, Mrs Gambier, Mrs Standing and Mrs Townsend have been looking at, is to try and minimise the risk of cross-contamination. So we are going to have to, all of us, be really vigilant about any child or any adult displaying symptoms. Now I want to turn to preparing to come into school either on Monday or on Thursday. So the first thing, like I normally say to you, is keep your eyes peeled on our website, because any information that we need to get out to you quickly will either come to you via our website or, of course, by email, etc. So please can you keep up to date with everything. That will help us out greatly. Please don't send your child in with a book bag, but please do send them in with a named water bottle, and please make sure that you've applied the sun cream before school, because obviously we can't do that, and also make sure that they've got a named sun hat. And remember, we're asking you to make sure that all of the uniform and PE kits is washed at the end of each week in preparation for the next week. And also Year 6 can wear their leavers hoodies. So, arriving and leaving school. Please do make sure that you come to school at the allotted time, not earlier, not later, because this will allow the queues and the systems to work effectively. Please do make sure that you follow the one-way system to your child's class, and please do leave straight away. I know it's tempting, you haven't seen one another for a long time. It will be tempting to linger and have a chat and so on, but simply we can't do that. It's drop and go, I'm afraid. Now, I want to talk about siblings at drop-off. If you have siblings in 2 different bubbles, drop off your child to the earliest bubble first, and then follow the one-way system round, dropping off the siblings. If you do have other children that must come in with you, so for example little ones in pushchairs, toddlers and so on, please ensure that they do stay with you at all times. They must not wander off and chat with other children. This is to reduce the risk of cross-contamination. Please be mindful of all members of the public using the road and the pavement. And please do not park in the Methodist car park. We know we're not allowed to park in there anyway, don't we? So that is going to be used as our overflow place where we might have to queue people back. So no parking in the Methodist car park. And please be patient. We are now used to queuing up. We don't like it particularly, but we have to do it. And please do listen to the instructions of myself and my senior leadership team, please. And, we just want your support on this. Now, some general reminders, everybody. We will not be giving out reading books because of the risk of the virus coming into school, going back home potentially. So please don't ask for us to change any reading books until further notice. School packed lunches. So for any Key Stage 2 child, if they're paid packed lunch, they can be paid for using School Gateway as normal. Please do not come into the office. We have 3 lines of communication which we have explained to you before, and they are email, telephone and the use of the postbox. There will be no dropping off of forgotten items, everybody. Simply please do not do them. No cars are permitted on to the Atwood site at all. Thank you. And also, please remember to keep an eye out on all of the signage that we've got around and about, and if you are in any doubt, just ask a member of staff. Now, I want to talk to you about home learning expectations. We are aiming to go over to Google Classroom for your child, and so it will be a different platform. Again, please do remain patient with us. We are hoping to keep the home learning offer going as much as we can, but don't forget, because of the new track and trace app or program that will be coming out, it is highly likely that members of my staff may be asked and informed to self-isolate themselves, and that will drastically reduce our capacity to either be in school teaching the bubbles or uploading and marking work and so on. So you must be patient with us, but we will try our very best to keep going with the home learning. And also, please don't expect your child's work to be responded to straight away. A degree of patience is required. Now, there was a lot of information there, but please hang around and stay right to the end of the video, because the next section is a bit of a walkthrough of Atwood for your child. So thank you very much, and hopefully I'll either see you on Monday or I'll see you on Thursday. Take care. Hello, I'm going to take you on a tour of Atwood. It doesn't look as normal as we normally have it, so you can see that on the floors we have a dedicated one-way system, so we would like you to follow that. Just going down, as you can see, our junior corridor, and you can probably hear some hoovering, keeping everything nice and clean. And we're now going to go in to one of the classrooms, but before we do that, I'll show you that on any room that we're not allowed to go into, we have got a very clear no entry sign, and we have also got our poster to let us know that we need to wash our hands for 20 seconds, use a tissue for any coughs, and avoid touching our face. So I know there's a couple of teachers working in there, but you can see that each table has all of the resources laid out, and the tables have been separated, and that is to make sure that we've got enough space between everybody, because we're going to be working in our bubbles. Now I'm going to take you in to the purple room, and there is
Wasn't expecting that.
wasn't expecting that. Hello, Miss Ingram. So you can see in here how we've set out the tables. I think Miss Ingram got very worried about being on film there, and again, I think probably one of the things we need to say is it's actually very bare, isn't it? But this does allow us to have a good clean at the end of every single day, and a deep clean on Wednesdays. You can see here that we're keeping all of the spare tables and chairs in anywhere really that we can keep them, and that we've got again some of the sinks that have been taped off, because we only want a few people in the toilets at each time, and again there's the one-way system. Now this is the classroom that we won't be using. Well, actually not technically a classroom, but this is the library, and where we have kept everything that we don't need, don't want for the moment. It's very sad, but unfortunately we can't use our books. And you can see here that was the Chris Packham room, sadly not available. And you can see that the guitars and the violins have gone. Here we won't be using, I'm afraid, the sensory room or the Elsa room. Now I'm going to take you into the infant hall. We've had a very good tidy up here. Very bare again. I'm just going to walk you into blue class here, just to give you a feeling of what the class is going to be like. Again, tables that have been spread out. And taking you on a walk outside, looking at our lovely plants, but again, most of the toys have been packed away. And I'm taking you outside now. So you can see here outside the Year 2 classrooms, we've made a little makeshift outside space for you to enjoy.